Ladies and gentlemen, TJ's Top 5, a.k.a. TJ's Big Ass Grab Bag. You have the floor, sir.
Oh, let's go. And, you know, like we always do at this time, kaboom. Guess who stepped in the room? TJ here. Now, let me holler at you guys. Odell Beckham, he left Cleveland. He's now a member of the Rams, right?
That's a true story.
So that's like a team. The Rams are on a boat, right? And they're just cruising along the river. And midstream, they decide that they're going to switch things up a little. They're going to add somebody to their team, to their boat. And that kind of got me thinking of different replacements throughout history that have really worked out for the person who made that move.
Okay.
Right? So this was kind of hard to really word this, but I'm going to call this one TJ's Top 5 midstream moves that led to success.
I like it.
Okay?
Whoa, okay.
Because it's not just for the person who's made the move midstream, but for the organization, that brought them on.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, very good. So go for it.
All right, now, honestly, I didn't know what our guest list was today, and when I came up with this top 5, I had no idea that this person was actually going to be calling into the show. But let me take you back. It's the year 2000 and the Baltimore Ravens, right? The Ravens are, if I'm not mistaken, they're 5-3. Coach Bullock decides that he needs to make a little bit of a change. So what's he do? He sits down Tony Banks, and he puts into the game at quarterback our earlier guest from the day, Trent Dilfer. And what's happening once they make that move? Trent Dilfer helps to lead, and I won't say he led because that defense played a little bit of part of it, but Trent Dilfer helped lead the Ravens to a Super Bowl 35 win.
It's the first Super Bowl I've ever been to. I was in the building. Before the defense got going, he found Brandon Stokely for a touchdown, sir. So there was he did his role. He did his part.
I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm saying, you know, as a whole, I can't just say he led them. That was an entire team role. But that move, that midseason move, helped propel them to the Super Bowl.
I agree with
you. See what I'm saying with this?
I do see what you're saying. That's
all right, coming
5.
in at number 4, we're going to go old school here. Now, back in I believe it was 1964, the Chicago Cubs had a player, an outfielder who was hitting, I think, 250. They decided that, maybe he's not going to pan out to be what we think he's going to be, so we're going to trade him. And they traded him to the St. Louis Cardinals. That player was Lou Brock. And what happened after that trade? Lou Brock goes on to hit 350, and he leads the Cardinals to the 1964
I like the old school
World Series.
Lou Brock. Look
it's
at
a
this.
little old school, and that was a midseason, a midstream move that helped lead the Cardinals to success.
By the way, I would rock a Lou Brock jersey.
I knew that was coming.
That was my nickname in high school.
Let him have his time. By the way, just the first 2 of these just shows you if you're going to have a collection that includes Trent Dilfer and Lou Brock, you know this grab bag is big ass.
It's big ass.
Okay?
Yeah, I had to dig deep into it. Now, as we all know, I can't do a top 5 without making some mention of wrestling, right?
Sure.
So that's what I'm going to do here. Back in I want to say, and let me just get the year right. I believe it was 87. I could be off. There was a tag team, and it was a guy named Bill EADIE. He used to wrestle as the Masked Superstar. There was another guy named Randy COLLEY, and they put them together as a tag team, right? WWF. But then they realized that a lot of people started to realize that Randy COLLEY used to be in a tag team called the Moondogs. He was a Moondog Rex, so they decided, okay, he's too recognizable. We got to get rid of this guy. We got to bring somebody else in. So what did they do? They searched the wrestling world. They find a guy named Barry Darsow who was wrestling in WCW. They put these two together as Demolition, Axe, and Smash, and then they go on to WrestleMania 4 to beat Strikeforce, win their first WWF tag team title, and Demolition becomes one of the all-time greatest tag teams in the history of wrestling. A mid-season move, a midstream move that the WWE said, hey, this guy's not working. We're going to bring this guy in. Demolition becomes legends.
I had that poster on my wall.
You had that poster on the wall.
Demolition, here comes the axe. Here comes the smasher.
This may be the biggest ass grab bag of all time.
Look, Demolition, a walking disaster.
I've never heard of those people, I'll be very honest with you.
I know you haven't, but a lot of our fans have heard
of them. I'm aware of them.
All right, now coming in at number 2, we're going to talk movies for these next 2, all right?
Very good.
And first of all, I want to say I'm going to give a big honorable mention to Rasheed Wallace going to the Pistons, Clyde Drexler going to the Rockets back in the day.
Sure.
They helped bring their franchises championships.
Well, now you're switching to movies, though.
Yeah, they didn't make the grab bag, but, I thought about you. All right, there's a movie franchise, right? There's been, at last count, there was like at least 5. I don't even know how many they are, but they had a lead actor, right? And they got to set, they filmed about 6 weeks, and they realized, look, this guy's just not giving us the comedic chops that we need to assure that this movie is going to be successful. So they made a switch. Midstream, they said, Eric Stoltz, piece, you got to go. There's another guy. He's doing a TV show right now. We're going to bring him in at nights, and he's going to take over this lead in this movie. That guy was Michael J. Fox. And this franchise was Back to the Future. And we wouldn't have 5 or 6 Back to the Futures without Michael J. Fox.
There's only
Midstream move. There's just 3? Okay. I thought there were more than that, but okay.
Just 3.
Midstream move that led to success. Eric Stoltz is not going to get the Back to the Future franchise to where it is. So
you give him the shot. You know what I mean? That was good for Eric Stoltz.
yeah, they tried it out. It didn't work.
Yeah, it's more his speed.
All right, so now my number one. This Midstream move led to so much success and changed lives. All right, X-Men. They're getting the year 2000 X-Men starting to film, right? And they've got an actor who's ready to play one of the biggest characters in the Marvel universe, except this guy's doing a movie with Tom Cruise, and it's running late. It's going over. And now these X-Men people are like, all right, what do? We already started shooting. We can't wait anymore. We got to make a decision. We got to make a swap. So what happens? DOUGRAY Scott gets replaced by Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman comes in to play Wolverine. And now you know what happened there. Wolverine and X-Men go on to be, possibly some of the biggest movie franchises in the world. Hugh Jackman becomes a super duper star, and it's all because Tom Cruise wouldn't let DOUGRAY Scott off Mission Impossible, and that's how Hugh Jackman got to be Wolverine. And that is my number one Midstream move that led to success. There you go.
So when you've got a collection of 5, that's Trent Dilfer, Lou Brock, the Demolition,
Axe and Smash.
Okay. Michael J. Fox and Hugh Jackman. That's a big ass grab.
Well done.
That one was tough, I won't lie. But as always,
all
looking
good.
forward to hearing what everybody else thinks.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.